This is the record-breaking Strata, London's tallest residential building, sometimes called the Razor. It's famous for the wind turbines on top and its very big windows. It's over an acre of glass, and it badly needs a clean. Tackling the grime, Billy, Paul, and Peter, plus some specialist equipment. Bucket, check. Squeegee, check. Safety harness, check. Cradle attached to 80-foot telescopic arm, check. And you'd better take a good head for heights.
And because this building, the cradle isn't fixed to the building, you're floating about, well, hanging on, suspended on wires, the wind can take you and bash you into the building, causing damage to the building and to the cradle. We call it a boat because it moves about a bit.
Just got to make sure the cables are not tangled up around the cradle.
This is what's known as a fall arrest harness. So if I do come out of the cradle, which has never happened before, it's like a shock absorber on the back, and that will take some of the loading as I fall down.
And with that comforting thought, Paul fills his bucket. His big concern is the wind.
We can work in snow, rain, sun, whatever. The wind dictates whether you can work or not. It's a bit windy today. The only thing we can do is take it out and see how we feel. You can't really tell until you're actually over the edge.
That's because the building itself can shield you from the wind. Even on a day like today, some faces of the building may be safe.
Okay. If it's too windy, I'll take it straight back in.
I think you're up against it, but...
Well, we'll give it a go.
You're a brave man.
Now I have to move the top slewing arm.
Because of the way the roof's designed, the only way to reach the far side is to lift the cradle right over the top.
What we're doing now is we're raising the arm up.
As the cradle's lifted into the wind, it begins to sway.
We're going to go up, so we're above the building, and then we're going to slew round into the position where we're working. We're supposed to be about 44 stories now.
Conditions are getting worse. If Paul's frightened, he's not showing it.
The taller you go up a building, the higher the wind is.
That's when you start really noticing it, when you're going over the turbines.
Strata's turbines generate enough electricity to power the common parts of the building.
You try and get these turbines turned up.
But today, they seem to be causing extra turbulence.
So it's a bit of a wind factor today, so it's just going down to make sure they're all switched off for a safety factor, obviously.
I think it's picking up. I'm going to take it up to the full height.
The cradle's reached its maximum height, just over 500 feet above street level.
I'm going to give it five more minutes, but the way I feel at the moment is it's probably too windy to carry on.
That's our worst enemy, is the wind.
The danger is the cradle would twist around the wires, and then you've got the danger of the cradle actually hitting the building. Hello mate, we're going to take the cradle in now. It's just got too windy.
The quest for sparkling windows is over, for now.
We've had a go, it proved to be too windy, and we'll have a go another day. That's it.
Can't fight nature.
2 days ago in South London, extreme winds forced the team to abandon their attempt to clean the 1,100 windows of the Strata building, central London's tallest residential tower. What's it like 500 feet up?
It's much better today. It's a nice bright day, no wind at all, so it's ideal weather conditions really.
Once again, Paul sets off over the building in what he calls the boat. Paul's hoping conditions will be a lot less choppy than last time.
The boom is going to telescope all the way out. Probably, I don't know what you'd say, maybe 80 foot, the length of this boom.
Despite all the high-tech gear, Paul is from pure window cleaning stock.
I've been doing this for about 28 years, and I got into it from my father, who took over from his father. Yeah, so my father took over from his dad in 1935, and our whole family's been involved in it ever since.
Even on a calm day, this is not a place for the faint-hearted.
Whoa!
This is the very top of the building, so all it leaves now is us to slew round and go round to the other side.
By adjusting the slewing arm, Paul lines the cradle up with the windows he's going to clean.
What's holding us up here at the moment is we have a wire which takes us up and down, and we have a safety wire that comes along with that. It looks skinny, but they can take an enormous amount of stress. Accidents are very rare, but they do occur. Last year there was a fault with one of the cradles, and the window cleaners fell 3 floors. Lucky enough they was higher than 3 floors. If they was working on the 2nd floor or something and they fell 3 floors, obviously they're going to get seriously injured.
But these guys work safely, so there's no need for danger money.
Typically you might get the same as someone who cleans a shop window on the street, and not much more.
The journey to the summit of London's tallest block of flats is complete.
Hello, Bill.
We're ready to start shooting now, so whenever you're ready to start coming down the back staircase.
At last, window cleaner Paul is suspended over 500 vertical feet of truly filthy windows. Back in South London, the windows of the spectacular Strata building are coated in grime. The man taking on this supersize problem is window cleaner Paul, currently working his way down to the top floor.
You sort of fend yourself off so you don't clip the building too often. There's bumpers on the cradle so it won't do any damage, but you just want to avoid that if you can.
As he reaches the first apartment on floor 43, Paul prepares his kit.
This is called an applicator, and this is called a squeegee. It would do a lot of damage if something like this fell down on someone's head from below. So we have to make sure that all our tools are tethered. What we'll do is try and catch the water so it stops the drips covering the whole of the building.
Although the window cleaning's done the way it has been for years, other aspects of the job have changed beyond recognition.
One of the major things, I suppose, is we use the safety harnesses now. But the downside of that is that if you do happen to fall out of the cradle and you're suspended, there's something called suspension trauma. And basically, all the straps would cut into your body, your blood supply would stop, you would pass out, and then you've got something like 15 minutes after you first fall to get back on your feet.
The result could be brain damage, blood poisoning, and eventually death. Window done, it's down to the next floor. Paul measures a building in drops, how many runs of the cradle from top to bottom it'll take to clean all the windows. The Strata building has 25 drops, each of an hour and a half. Cleaning all 1,100 windows will take 2.5 weeks. "45 minutes later, and the drop's complete. Paul begins the long journey up to fill his bucket.
It's not a windy day, but I'd just like to keep fending the cradle away from the building.
On a clear day, the best view in London is a spectacular perk of a satisfying job.
Yeah, it's nice to see a building filthy dirty and you walk away and it's gleaming. It does give you a bit of pride in your work, yeah.
But these aren't the views we're interested in. Paul's a window cleaner. He must have some confessions.
Yeah, I've seen some new people and some people getting up to things they shouldn't be. Funniest thing I've seen is a type of cradle which is like a winch cradle, and you've got like a bicycle wheel, I suppose, and you sort of wind yourself up. By the time we got to the top, you know, we was drenched in sweat, and we were just about to start work, and we looked through the window, and there was a naked woman sitting on a chair, and like we looked at her, she looked at us, she screamed, and she was telling us to go away. When I'm thinking, it took us 3/4 of an hour to get up this high. We're drenched in sweat. Can you go away? Like, let us get on with it. So that's what we did.
At the end of the job, Paul's travelled 7.2 kilometres in the cradle, used 50 buckets of water and cleaned 4,500 square metres of glass. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for window cleaning kind.
That's done for another 3 months, isn't it?
Oh, 3 months, good.
Yeah.
At the pigeon-infested public toilet in Birmingham, Dion and Hugo are making sure the ex-residents can't move back in. For the next phase of their attack, they brought along 1/4 ton of water.
Just filling up the buckets now for the water, and obviously give it a good scrub down.
Lovely, comes off like a piece of cake. Not that I'd like to try it.
Obviously it's coming off quite well, and back to the old surface.
Pigeon droppings are a worldwide problem. The Kings of Leon had to abandon a concert in St. Louis after pigeons pooed on several band members. And in 2007, a man died when an awning collapsed, weighed down by pigeon nests and excrement.
I like to get in there, get dirty, get the job done, and see the satisfaction on the customer's face. They've almost eaten dinner off this now.
Dion and Hugo have removed 1.5 tons of pigeon guano, making this the worst pigeon problem they've ever seen. In just 2 days, they've removed every sign that the pigeons were ever there.
As you can see, the finished product, all cleared out, ready for the contractors. It's definitely cleaner than it was. Okay, then Hugo, time to pack up. Another job well done.
You said it, brother.
It's been a disgusting and hazardous job, but these two take it in their stride.
I'm just looking forward to a nice shower. I absolutely stink. On to the next. Messier the better.